Hey world, it's Ben. We'll come back with another video. Um, First, I want to say thank you for subscribing, guys, and make sure you hit the like, share button, and hit the notification button so you know when I'm dropping another video. Be going live tomorrow, family, so make sure you check that out. Y'all, I want to talk about student loans again, because I just came across the wire and $1.7 trillion in student loan debt. 1.7 trillion. Okay. Now, like I said before, it's the biggest PONZI scheme in America. And to actually do that to, students that can't afford to pay for college or, don't actually receive scholarships or grants. That's why I say that UNICEF is a joke. Come on, man. United Negro College Fund. Okay. And it just amazes me that $1.7 trillion can be on the books and 3 different entities are going to get paid except the student. Because I know when the students took out these loans, they didn't get money. They got a note saying that this is how much money you received to cover your school. Your school is covered. You did? But they didn't get a check. And so when you got a student loan, a $45,000 student loan, a $65,000 student loan, you didn't get that in cash. But the banks, okay, U.S. Treasury, the government, and the universities all are making a killing at the expense of low economic high school graduates with aspirations of going to college. And what's so thought about it, like they say, as long as you owe someone, they will always be rich. And so now we're looking at a situation where, the top 25 universities and colleges in the nation all have an average of $300 billion in endowment funds. Family. And that ain't even including the other universities. Because like I told you guys, there's something called Comprehensive Annual Financial Reports. And this is a more extensive version of a balance sheet. Every municipality, federal, state, city, school district, every business have one. It's called a Comprehensive Annual Financial Report. Okay? And so, when you look at these universities and the money they make, like I say, the top 25. Like I said, I went to Rice University, so you can imagine, and from a private status standpoint, imagine the type of money that Rice has. But I'm out to give Rice some props because unlike the other academic institutions, Rice is actually providing scholarships and tuition to be paid for low economic students at Rice. So, I don't want to just say all negative things about education, because when you have schools that do stuff like that, that's a good thing. I did mention in a previous video where there's a college in South Carolina, somewhere, guys. I think it's called New Berea College, where the students actually go to college free tuition and everything, and all they do is actually work. They actually work for the tuition. You dig? A lot of them are librarians, landscapers. They work in the gym, but the tuition is actually paid for, right? And so when you look at these youngsters, with this enormous amount of debt, how are they supposed to pay it? Banks are going to get paid. And remember, guys, the universities, they getting about $6 to $7 billion a year just on interest alone. And the students who graduated from college, right? A lot of them not working, and so they're not getting a job to even attack that loan amount. And so now you're looking at a situation where interest is building up and building up and building up, and now you're behind the 8 ball before you even start the game. You dig? It's kind of similar to Afro-melanated people when it comes to socioeconomic status. You know, when you start that race 100 years later, you're gonna take you a long time to catch up. It's impossible because even with the college students, you'll never even pay the interest off. That student loan debt, I mean, come on, man. And guess what? It can just be forgiven. Like that. Okay? If Trump and the Democrats can agree to $2.1 trillion in an infrastructure bill, when I know I live in H-Town and a lot of these roads are not repaired, so, you know, $2.1 trillion, and you can't forgive $1.7 trillion for student loans, when all you're doing is just, you know, printing money anyway, right? So why not love our kids? Put them in a predicament like that is unfortunate and uncalled for, right? And so, guys, look at a comprehensive annual finance report, and you will see the amount of money that these universities make. Every person at the university can go to college tuition free. The amount of money they get on endowment funds, the amount of money they get from athletic events, the amount of money they get, you know, from all the other taxes, okay, federal government funds, investments, okay. So, you know, and tuition is steady going up. And so when kids can't go to college, the tuition goes up from $35,000 to $45,000. Well, I got to get a $45,000 loan now. Are you serious? For 4 years? Times 4? Okay? So if I say, guys, pay yourself first. Remember, you can become wealthy working in high school. Get your job in high school and work all the way up. Save your money. And get ready for this bear market, because it's going to be a crash. And when the market crashes, be prepared to put yourself in a better financial situation. Don't forget to invest in dividend stocks, okay? Growth stocks, cannabis stocks, okay? IoT stocks, artificial intelligence. These are all sectors that's going to be pretty prominent pretty soon from a wealth transfer standpoint, okay? But I digress. It's bad, family. $1.7 trillion in debt, in student loan, and we can approve $2.1 trillion in infrastructure. Okay? Just want to get your ideas on that, family. Please leave a comment. I'd like to know how you feel about that. And if you're one of the many unfortunate ones that happen to have that on your credit, or have that as an albatross around your neck, hundreds of thousands of tens of thousands of dollars in student loan, my heart goes out to you. It's not fair, and it should be forgiven. Okay, so guys, thanks for subscribing once again. In the meantime, between time, may the Most High Inside bring you joy, and being with us out of 5,000. Y'all like that there? It's a nice little sketch, and I'm out.